everyone and welcome to my channel Nerdy Encounters. Today we're going to be doing another Newbies Empire Lab video. We're going to be talking about the before, the during and the after an Empire Lab event. In this I'll be covering from the Thursday to the Sunday, keeping it as simple as possible just so you don't get too overwhelmed. So let's start with the Thursday. The Thursday is probably the most straightforward day of the entire event. You don't have to go on Thursday, but a lot of people choose to so they can spend a bit more time with their friends and settle in. If you do choose to go on the Thursday, it is an extra £10 per person, and you can arrive anytime after 1 PM to get yourself set up. The Profound Decision team and the volunteers will be around to show you where to set up your tent and answer any questions you might have. There are also vendors on site on the Thursday, so it's kind of the perfect day to go shopping. Personally, I love going on the Thursday because it gives me a chance to settle in before all the crazy in-character shenanigans start happening. Also on Thursday between 8 PM and 10 PM, you'll get a chance to pick up your character packs from God. But don't worry, you'll also have a chance to pick up your character packs on the other days as well. For newbies on the Thursday, there is also an out-of-character meet and greet in the Senate building from 8 PM. It's a great place to meet the team, meet other new players and ask questions. As I said, the Thursday is relatively straightforward. It's a lot of setting up, helping other people set up and figuring out where everything is. Moving swiftly on to the Friday. This is the first day that you'll be in character. But before you become your in-character self, there are numerous talks between 12 and 6. As a newbie, I would recommend going to one of the new player meetings. It's another great chance to meet other new players, learn a bit more about Empire, and of course have a bit of a laugh. I've been to the new player meetings, my friends have been to the new player meetings, and I'd recommend them because they're just great. There are also talks about combat, magic, public speaking, politics, crafting, and healing. Once again, you don't have to attend any of these talks, but I would recommend them so you can learn a bit more about the skills that you might want to train in or have already trained in. Then, from 6 PM to 1 AM, it's time in. So from these times you are in character. And normally when time in starts, different nations will have different things going on. I'm in Navarre, so we have standing, which means we all gather around the Songs and Stories circle and find out what's been happening and what's going to be happening that weekend. Honestly, it's amazing going to things like this because it really immerses you in the universe from the get-go. Afterwards, it's pretty much on me to decide where I want to go and what I want to do. But honestly, don't worry about that. There is so much to do at Empire. If you're not too sure where to start, just go for a walk, look at some posters and chat to some people, or even bring some things to sell. Trust me, you will never struggle to find things to do at Empire. During the Friday, God is also open from 1 PM to 4 PM and then 5 PM to 1 AM. So you have plenty of time to pick up your character packs, ask questions, craft things, or spend your character points. Now moving on to the Saturday. And this is the day you'll spend the most time in character. You will be in character from 10 AM on Saturday to 1 AM on Sunday. This is a day I would recommend taking breaks or even having a nap. It is a very long day. So we'll start off with Saturday morning, which can normally be a little bit hectic. On the Saturday morning, it is the first big battle. There'll be a list of nations that are fighting in that battle, and you can choose to join in if you want to, but you don't have to. Alternatively, you can do monstering for the battles, which means that you dress up as the enemies. And it's a great way to get into the fighting without risking your character. But you don't even have to get involved in the battle at all. During Saturday, there are so many things going on during the day and in the evening. So if you don't want to get involved in the battles, there is still plenty for you to do. For daytime activities, my friends have recommended crafting classes and fighting competitions, going to one of the board game cafes, yes, people run board game cafes there, watching the performers in the market, going shopping at the in-character stalls, and so many other things. For the Friday and Saturday evening, I would recommend Songs and Stories in Navarre, which runs from 9 PM to 1 AM. But the other things myself and my friends would recommend are popping by a casino to play for some in-character currency, going on a fantasy pub crawl, popping by one of the theatres, going to some book readings, joining in with a wine and cheese night, or even just roasting some marshmallows around a campfire and taking in the atmosphere. Your best friend at Empire will be the numerous posters advertising all of this. And finally, the Sunday. Time in runs from 10 AM to 3 PM. The morning once again has the big battle for the other nations that didn't fight the previous day, and monstering. But once again, you don't have to be involved in any of the fighting. Sunday is the perfect chance to go for a wander around Empire and take it all in before you leave. In the afternoon before timeout, a lot of nations will have like a goodbye talk, usually to update you on what's happened during the event. Once again, Navarre has standing and it is a really nice meeting to finish the weekend on. Well, depending on the event. Then it'll hit 3 PM and you'll have to return to the real world. Sorry. But don't worry, you get to do it all again in 6 weeks. Once it's time out on a Sunday, there's going to be a lot of people packing down, handing things into God like money and resources, just in case they fancy crafting or trading during downtime. Then it's saying a lot of goodbyes, hoping that that massive spear that you bought fits in the car. looking forward to sleeping in your own bed again, and the best and most important thing, just being happy that you spent the weekend being a massive nerd. And that's it, a newbie's rundown of everything that happens before, during, and after an Empire event. Just to add for newbies, the people who run and attend Empire are lovely. So if you're ever stuck, confused, or getting a little overwhelmed, everyone's happy to help you out. I was a nervous wreck at my first Empire event, and that's mainly down to my social anxiety. But now, unfortunately, I am a pain in the butt who speaks to anyone and everyone at Empire events. If you have any more questions about what happens at Empire, please leave a comment below. Or if you just want someone to chat to at Empire, just look out for me with bright pink hair and come over and say hello. I promise I'm not crazy. If you do want to consider giving Empire a go as a newbie, I will leave my code below and it'll give you £15 off your first ticket. But thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys there.